Hello, Kylie. My name is Sean Everett. I'm the website analysis expert over at Zucor Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Shanique. She sent your website over to me for analysis. So here is that analysis, and thank you so much for letting us do that. Now, first off, I'd like to say that you have a beautiful site. It is money well spent. Clearly, this is a professional site, and you have a theme that goes throughout not just your website, but your whole company, on your cars, everything. And that is just the sign of great professionalism. So money well spent here, definitely. And the nice thing about that is that once somebody gets here, they are going to want to be able to utilize all of the interactivity that you guys have. But the issue is actually getting them here. And that's what I want to do the analysis on today, because the aesthetics of it are fine. But getting people here is the real issue. Now, I use a couple of tools when I do an analysis on a site. And here's the first one I want to show you. That is Ahrefs. It shows me the metrics of your site, how it's been performing over the last couple of months. And then the next thing I use is a regular old Google search. Now, the reason I do that is because Google will account for about 96% of your traffic. The 96% of the visitors to your site will have got there from a Google search. So it is important to understand how they work. Most people do not. And as a result, most people do not take advantage of the fact that Google can be, I don't want to use the word manipulated, but they have an algorithm that determines the placement of everything on their website. And you want to know what that algorithm is looking for. And I can tell you. So that's why I am looking at Google right now. It's relatively easy to satisfy the Google algorithm and get higher in the search results. And there is a monetary value to that. So I'm going to describe a Google result page just so you know. The first thing you're going to find when you're looking for a business is, of course, this little area here. It's called the map pack. We call it that because it's attached to the map, of course. And these folks did something that these folks down here on the bottom did not do, and that is they filled out a Google business profile. Now, that's like any other profile on the internet, except it's going to ask you stuff about your business instead. What year you started, what your daily hours are, the website, and it's going to ask you to prove that you own the website for the profile that you're filling out. And that is something that, I don't know, you could do yourself, I suppose, but it would be best done with somebody who has some expertise and some experience, because the goal is to get up here near the top of a Google search. And if that's not what you achieve, then that would be a shame. Because Google rewards thoroughness. It has to be thorough and exacting. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you underneath that is what we call the organic search results. Now, these are the folks who their businesses were just put in order by the algorithm all by itself without having to do any sort of other profile or anything like that. Now, this one here is a division of Harvard Education, so it's not an actual remediation company. But the first one up here is Steamy Concepts. Now, I'm going to refer to them as your Google competitor for the duration of this comparison here, this analysis. Oh my. Anyway, let's move on from my terrible English. Here is their site. Now, the reason I'm showing you that is I want to show you something right off the bat. I'm going to take your site, I'm going to copy and paste your home page into this word counter here, and I'm going to do the same for them. Copy and then paste. Here we go. And they have 1,816 words. You have 408 words. Now, where algorithms are concerned, bigger wins. Better to them is more. So that means that, of course, that 408 does not win over 1816. And that's funny because This company went above and beyond the call of duty. Google wants you to have 1,500 words on your website. They have exceeded that by 300. It would not be hard for you to add another 1,000 words to this and then beat them at their own game. And the reason you'd want to do that is for competitive purposes. You want to compete. It's not just in the physical world or virtual world, it's also in the Google world. And the reason Google wants you to have 1,500 words is this. They want their search customers to be taken to sites that will actually educate them about whatever the topic is that they have Googled, whether that be for academia or whether that be for finding a dairy farmer in Michigan. The more words that are on the site, the more legitimate Google contends that that site is. So now I'm going to tell you also that all words are not the same. The words that you want on there just can't be the word donut 1,500 times. You need to do something about your keywords. Now, keywords are words that Google expects you to have on your site. And this is one of the reasons that they rank sites higher or lower. All Google searches are word searches, so the words matter. And in this case, keywords, because Google has a list of words that they glean from Google searches that bring up yours and your competitors' sites, and also the communities that you serve. So all three of those things sort of come into play with keywords. Now, let me show you what they have in keywords. You have 820, they have 8,500. So here are their keywords. Steamy Concepts, of course, if somebody's looking for them directly, but upholstery cleaning near me, carpet cleaning, mold remediation near me, mold on carpet, carpet mold removal, air ducts Tucson, how to get rust stain out of carpet, vent cleaning Tucson, etc., etc. These are all largely a mixture of phrases that people have typed into a Google search. So a bunch of them are from your industry, and a bunch of them have to do with the communities that are being served, Chandler, Gilbert, and so on. So those are their keywords. Now, the next thing I need to show you are their backlinks. Backlinks is where your site appears on somebody else's site, and there is a link back to your site. So that means it is a backlink. Now, one example of that would be like your pizza delivery folks. They are on Yelp. So there is a backlink to their site on Yelp. Now, you have 203 backlinks, and your competitor has 3,200. So they win that little foot race that Google has set up. I'm going to show you their backlinks. Yahoo.com, MapQuest, Expertise.com, Yellow Pages, Porch.com, Super Pages. I don't know what Blue Sombrero is, but it's not a bad one because it's rated at an 85. You want all of your backlinks to be rated as highly as you can. I would suggest getting ones that are 70 and above. Now, this rating system is 0 to 100. The domain rating, DR, and it shows the strength of a domain based upon its backlink profile, meaning the more people that refer to it, the more other sites that have yahoo.com on them, means the more important it is. Google is kind of like the mean girl in high school, hanging out at the lockers and talking about somebody, and that somebody becomes famous for a period of time. And that's because Google is that mean girl. So talking about them is sort of similar in their world of having links to them. So the more folks that have links to you, the more important you must be. And therefore, the more likely Google is going to send somebody your way. They want their customers to be satisfied. So going to sites that are already popular, that's something that Google knows how to do well. So what this all comes down to is this. Your site is underperforming, and it's going to sound funny coming from this number. The traffic you had last month was 496. That's up 81 from the month before. Now, this is what your competitor had. 10,800. Now, there is a research that this company does, and it shows me that your 496 visitors were worth probably around $4,900. And for Steamy, $53,200. That is the monetary worth of each one of those visitors. Obviously, not every visitor turned into something, so this is they average this over the large part of it. And these are done regionally and by industry. It's not just automatic, this is a number, that's the number. That's not how it works at all. There's a lot of research that goes into that. So, that being the case, you might want to do these three things that I have talked to you about. One, the Google Business Profile. Two, the keywords. And three, better backlinks. And that being the case, you might want to actually do it yourself or do what you do best, and that is take care of emergency restoration services and leave the terrible and lengthy and frustrating work of dealing with the website to Shanique. Now, she would be happy to guide you through the next steps if you give her a call. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great rest of your day.